Whoa, okay, let's just dive right in because things just got incredibly spicy over at the FBI. We're talking about demotions, we're talking about secret files, public feuds, and a whole lot of drama inside the MAGA world itself. So yeah, you're going to want to buckle up for this one.
But hey, before we get into all the juicy details, you already know it's coming. It really helps us out a ton and lets us keep making these explainers for you.
So just take a quick second, go on, smash that like and subscribe button. You did it? Awesome. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the main event here revolves around Dan Bongino, the former Secret Service agent, conservative commentator. He landed this massive job. And now, well, things have gotten a little complicated.
And really, it all comes down to this one question. Why in the world does the FBI's deputy director all of a sudden have a new partner? I mean, this isn't some buddy cop movie, right? Something is definitely up.
So here's the power shift in a nutshell. It's pretty simple. Back in March, Dan Bongino was the only deputy director. He was the guy. But now, he's sharing that title with someone new, Andrew Bailey. And believe me, this move did not just come out of nowhere. It's all tied to a huge internal fight. So where did all this begin? Well, from what reports are saying, the real source of this whole shakeup is a gigantic internal battle over one of the most explosive topics you can possibly imagine, the Jeffrey Epstein files.
So here's how the showdown went down. In one corner, you've got Dan Bongino, who was apparently pushing super hard for transparency. We're talking even threatening to resign over how these Epstein files were being handled. And in the other corner, Attorney General Pam Bondi, backed by the Trump administration, who was basically slamming on the brakes.
Now, this wasn't some quiet, behind-the-scenes disagreement.
Oh, no. This whole thing spilled right out into the open for everybody to see. And it got real messy, real fast.
Yeah, it got so heated that Donald Trump himself actually had to jump on Truth Social and pretty much tell his own supporters, Bongino included, to back off his attorney general. And then, after things seemed to cool off a bit, Bongino drops this incredibly dramatic and super vague post on X. He said what he learned shocked him to his core. He promised to get to the truth, which, just threw a whole lot more fuel on the fire. So, after all that drama, right? After the fire, the fury, this whole existential crisis playing out on social media, how do you think he reacted publicly to the news that he was getting a brand new coworker?
Yep, that's it. A single word and 3 American flag emojis. The difference is pretty incredible, right? So after all that, who exactly is this new guy?
And just like that, a new player enters the game. Andrew Bailey. He's the man who's now sharing the big title with Bongino.
So, of course, the big question is, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Well, let's just say his resume kind of speaks for itself.
Okay, let's just run through the highlight reel here. As Missouri's Attorney General, Bailey supported claims about the 2020 election. He argued against the classified documents prosecution, he sued New York to try and stop Trump's sentencing, and he even investigated the liberal watchdog group Media Matters. The man, he has a very clear track record.
And in his official statement, Bailey made sure to thank Trump and Bondi, saying he's ready to, quote, protect America and uphold the Constitution.
So, okay, let's connect the dots here. We've got a very public feud, a super dramatic social media post, and then suddenly a new coworker with a very specific resume gets brought in. What does it all mean?
So what is the real takeaway? I mean, when you boil it all down, this looks like a classic power play. It's all about making sure everyone is aligned and under control at the very top of the FBI.
If you look at it from one angle, Bongino, the guy who just publicly clashed with the leadership, the potential rebel, well, he basically just got a babysitter.
And then you look at it from the other side. Andrew Bailey, a guy who has proven his loyalty to Trump again and again, well, he gets a huge promotion and a seat right at the main table.
Which really just leaves us with the million-dollar question. Was this some kind of brilliant 4D chess power move to keep everybody in line? Or is this just really high-stakes office politics playing out for the whole country to see?
What do you think? A brilliant power move or just petty drama?
I want to know. Drop your theory down in the comments below.
And that's a wrap on this explainer. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of the stories you need to know about. We'll see you in the next one.